first romance novel, Desert Hostage by Diane Dunaway. And I remember a ridiculous amount of that book. She's gorgeous, he's gorgeous. They're in the throes of passion. Fantastic cover for a late 70s, early 80s book. So that's number one, remember the cover. Number two, the story. You know, he was half Duke, half Sheik. You know, ends up falling in love with, you know, this great haughty sort of British gal who wants nothing to do with him because he's a half-breed. So he just kidnaps her and takes her across the ocean and then across the desert. By the time they get to the palace, they're madly in love. And you know, we don't write romance novels like that anymore. It's a bodice ripper, so that's a good thing. But still, there's a lot of great classic sort of epic cinematic things going on there, and it's a fun read if you look at it the time period that it was written in. The intense obsessive relationship, right? We love reading about it. Do we want to live it? I'm not sure. I think to a certain extent, you know, we understand the whole fantasy element of that. I can tell you that sometimes some of the things Gideon does, I'd be like, what? Yeah, you know, I'd be bringing down the hammer too. So, you know, we understand them, I think, differently when we're reading about them in novels because we get to see a different perspective rather than when we're actually living it. So you get that magical combination of realism and fantasy, and we bring it all together into a package where you're coming to a happily ever after, and you know, it's kind of addicting. Who doesn't love that? Three things I'd take to a desert island. A very fit, hot guy. Because, I mean, seriously, somebody's got to climb the trees and get like the coconuts out and build like the shelters. And he should be good to look at while we're there. I mean, scenery, come on, it's like water and sand. So, I mean, really, that would be very helpful. A crate of books that were like supposed to go to a library and has a little bit of everything in there. Hopefully maps would be good too. Maybe, you know, some sort of survival guide would also be great, but hopefully a lot of really juicy romance novels because we cannot forget the hot guy that's there, right? And then I'd say fresh water, which is probably not very sexy, but really, I mean, I get thirsty. Heroes and Heartbreaker. Oh my God, you guys send me these like fabulous newsletters and then I get lost for like hours in all the great things that you've written. And thank you so much for including something for me and all of the great content that you provide for readers like myself.